Cruise lines made over $200 million in confiscated items last year, and the passengers who lost them didn't pack weapons or contraband. They packed the exact same things you're planning to bring on your next trip. Welcome to Cruise Revealed, where we break down what cruise lines don't tell you before it costs you. We are going through 8 items that can get you banned from your cruise, and I promise you, at least 3 of these are going to surprise you. Stick around because number 5 has gotten more people in serious trouble than almost anything else on this list. Let's start with number 1, and this one catches so many people completely off guard. We are talking about irons and steamers. Yes, the little handheld garment steamer you bought specifically to keep your cruise outfits looking fresh. Cruise lines have strict policies against personal irons and steamers because of fire risk. Cruise ships have their own laundry facilities that offer pressing services, and they want all heat-producing appliances going through controlled environments only. Security will pull these out of your bag without hesitation. The good news is, most ships offer ironing services, but if you show up with your own device, it is getting confiscated, and it may not be returned until the end of the voyage. Number 2 is something that outdoor enthusiasts and safety-conscious travelers pack all the time. We are talking about flare guns and flare kits. Now you might be thinking, who brings a flare gun on a cruise? More people than you would believe. Especially travelers coming from boating or camping trips who just left their emergency kit in their bag. Even if you legally own these items, and they are perfectly legal at home, bringing them onto a cruise ship is a serious offense. Cruise lines classify these as weapons and pyrotechnic devices, and depending on the cruise line and destination, you could face immediate removal from the ship at the next port. Always clean out your adventure gear bags before packing for a cruise. Moving on to number 3, and this one is going to sting for the wine lovers out there. Most cruise lines have very specific alcohol policies, and while some do allow you to bring a limited amount of wine or champagne on embarkation day, here is where people constantly mess up. They try to sneak hard liquor on board by putting it in mouthwash bottles, shampoo containers, or those sneaky little flask systems disguised as everyday products. Cruise line security teams have seen every trick in the book. They use X-ray technology and trained staff specifically looking for this. If you are caught smuggling alcohol, your bottles will be confiscated. You may face a fine, and in repeat or severe cases, you can be denied boarding on future sailing with that cruise line. Just buy the drink package and save yourself the stress. Number 4 involves something a lot of health-conscious travelers bring without a second thought: extension cords and multi-plug power strips without surge protection. Cruise ship cabins are notoriously short on outlets, so naturally, people pack power strips to charge everything at once. The problem is, standard power strips without built-in surge protection are a fire hazard on vessels. Most cruise lines specifically prohibit these, though they do allow single-outlet USB adapters and surge-protected power strips. Check your cruise line's specific policy before you pack, because a basic power strip from your junk drawer at home could get flagged and taken away. Now, number 5. And I told you, this one gets people into serious trouble: drones. The popularity of consumer drones has absolutely exploded, and travelers want to capture that stunning aerial footage of crystal clear Caribbean water or a gorgeous Norwegian fjord. Completely understandable, but virtually every major cruise line now bans drones entirely. The reasons are numerous: aviation regulations, privacy concerns for other guests, and the genuine safety risk of flying a drone around a massive ship with thousands of people on board. Some ports of call also have their own strict drone laws and that carry heavy fines or legal penalties. People have had expensive drones permanently confiscated, been removed from ships, and faced legal trouble in foreign ports simply because they did not do their research. Leave the drone at home. Number 6 is one that gets people who are overly prepared for emergencies: certain types of first aid or medical supplies that cross into restricted territory, specifically needles and syringes, without proper documentation. If you are a diabetic or have another medical condition requiring injections, you absolutely can bring what you need, but you must carry a doctor's letter and keep medications in their original pharmacy packaging. Travelers who bring loose syringes, unlabeled medications, or large quantities of controlled substances without documentation will face serious scrutiny from both cruise security and customs officials at various ports. This can delay your boarding significantly or result in items being confiscated. Get the documentation before you sail. Number 7 is something that campers and outdoor adventurers get tripped up on constantly: candles and incense. People love setting a relaxing mood in their cabin, especially on longer voyages, and they think a small candle or some incense is totally harmless. Cruise ships are among the most fire-risk environments imaginable. An open flame in a cabin is an absolute non-starter site for every major cruise line. This also extends to those oil diffusers with heating elements. If security finds candles or incense in your bag, they will confiscate them immediately. Some cruise lines will actually issue a formal warning. That goes on your passenger profile, meaning future bookings could be flagged and reviewed more carefully. And that brings us to number 8, and this might be the most surprising one. It's on the entire list: certain foods and produce, specifically fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, and agricultural products that you plan to bring from home. Many people pack snacks for the trip or try to bring local food items home from ports of call. Here is the thing: cruise ships operate under international maritime law and must comply with the agricultural import and export regulations of every country they enter. If you bring fresh produce on board in certain regions or try to carry agricultural items off the ship at specific ports, you can face fines from customs officials that have nothing to do with the cruise line itself. Some Caribbean and Pacific Island ports have extremely strict biosecurity rules, and ignorance of those rules is not considered a valid excuse. So let's quickly run through all 8 one more time. Personal irons and steamers, flare guns and emergency kits, smuggled alcohol, non-surge protected power strips, drones, undocumented medical supplies, candles and incense, and fresh produce in restricted regions. These are not obscure rules buried in fine print. These are policies enforced every single sailing, and they catch people every single time. Here is the takeaway that matters most. Every major cruise line publishes a prohibited items listing on their website, and it takes about 5 minutes to read before you pack. 5 minutes could save you thousands of dollars, a ruined vacation, or a ban from a cruise line you love. The people who get caught are almost never bad actors. They are just regular travelers who skipped that step. If this video saved your next cruise, make sure to subscribe to Cruise Revealed, because we break down the things cruise lines don't make obvious. And before you go, watch this next video: Embarkation Day Mistakes That Ruin. Cruises before they even start, it will help you avoid problems before you even step on the ship.